Welcome everyone to Sneakers, Stocks, and MTG, the channel where we discuss two of my most favorite hobbies and investments, sneakers and Magic the Gathering. Hi, my name is Peter, and today we will be discussing the idea of FOMO, aka fear of missing out, aka hype, aka I just want to be better than everybody else. And the message that I would like to send to you and to myself is to ignore the hype, ignore the FOMO, and just stay patient and let the markets settle down and handle themselves, see what happens, and then decide whether or not you want to buy into the market. So I have two products for you today. Both are general releases or print-to-demand items in both sneakers and in Magic the Gathering. And so here I have a box of Theros Beyond Death. This is a standard box that has come out in the past couple of months. And it is around a $80, $90 booster box if you get it sealed like this. And it is, it came out, like I said, it came out like 3 months ago. And it's something that had a lot of hype behind it, as every set of Magic the Gathering does. The first thing that happens is Wizards of the Coast starts letting people know the name of the set, and that starts getting people riled up. That starts getting people interested in where the set is going to be located, what cards possibly could be in it. And then as the previews start coming out through social media, through different card leaks and things like that, you'll start to see folks start to rate the power levels of the cards. As more cards come out, you start to get an EV on the box, right? An evaluation of price on the box. And, that dictates how many boxes get sold sometimes. Obviously, your average player is going to go to their hobby store and go to a Friday Night Magic and pick up and play. That's one thing. You have folks who are investors and collectors of sealed or open product who'd like to, buy the product and just put it on their shelves, like a lot of the stuff I have behind here. And then you'll also have folks who want to buy and flip the cards as quick as possible to make the most money as they come out. So there's a lot of hype that comes out right around time all the cards are leaked, to the point of when that first batch of boxes hit the shelves or get delivered to your house and things start to get open, cards then get flooded into the market. And so at that time, that's when the set is at its highest, right? It's at its peak. And so if you were to purchase this box, you don't necessarily, it doesn't matter if you purchase around that time, if you're purchasing to play, right? Opening the cards, there's an intrinsic value and a utility value in getting together with your friends, playing a game. Opening the cards also gives you, a high of opening cards and things like that, and pulling really, really nice and high value cards and things like that. I think that that's great, right? So if you're buying it just to do that as a collector, I think that that's fine. As an investor, I think that there's so many products out there right now. There are so many products out in the community right now that it's really important to pick and choose, especially if you have a finite amount of money that you're spending on these. To not pick up things sometimes is just as important as deciding to pick things up. And so you really have to think about what it is that you're trying to do with that box. If you're trying to play with it, buy it, play with your friends, whatever. Resell the cards, put it in a binder, whatever it is that you want to do. If you're looking at it from an investment standpoint, my suggestion is, if this is a product that you like, and if this is a product that you think is going to go up, right, you want to get it at a certain price, right, while it's still in print or close to the end of the printing period, right around when this box rotates out of its current standard format. That's when it's usually going to go out of print. There may be still some distributors who have large amounts of this, but technically it's out of print from Wizards of the Coast in the printing presses, so you still might be able to get these boxes around that price. Once it rotates out, there's going to be less that's opened. So you really have to think about the quantity versus the supply and demand of the boxes and of the cards that are inside. And so think about a price point that you want to get it at, do your research, and get as many boxes as you want, that you can afford, that you trust in the value of this box going up. The next thing I want to talk about are sneakers, right? So here I have a box. This came out a couple of months ago. This is a Jordan 1. It's a grade school size of a Court Purple 2.0, right? So this is a 6.5. This is a really, really good size. And I got this for retail. I got it off a foot site. And it is something that, you know, I think with sneakers is a little bit different. This is the general release of a sneaker too. So it's kind of like this, but it's different because this prints like crazy. And the demand for these are very, very different, right? There can be money made in this, but there's a lot more money that can be made in this. With this sneaker, I would say sneakers like this, if you're able to, so the hype, we'll talk about the hype first, right? The hype builds up when, you know, pictures get released or there's rumors of it on social media. You hear different, you know, YouTubers talking about it. The pictures get posted, and then you start seeing the product on StockX and you see how high, you know, some of these numbers are in terms of price, the resale value. You see folks going for it at that point and it's reselling at that price, and the hype as it gets closer and closer to release builds up. And so even though it's a general release, even though there are pairs, you know, a lot of the shoes, the foot sites got pairs, you know, Nike had pairs as well. There's a whole run of sizes from kids all the way up to, you know, men's, I think size, you know, 17, 18 or whatever the case may be. So it goes all the way up there, but they always sell out. And so if you're buying the shoe to wear, you don't get it at general release, sure. Wait till, you know, it dies down a little bit right after release and purchase them, put them on your feet and, you know, rock them and go out, you know, and get the oohs and ahs from your friends or whatever, right? So you could do that, but if you're buying it like me as a sneaker investment, I'm not necessarily a sneaker collector, right? I'm a sneaker investor. You want to buy this and have a price. If you get it, right, great. If you don't, depending on how much liquid cash that you have, it might not be the smart thing to go buy this off of resale and then wait for 6 months for it to go up, right? So I bought this when, you know, obviously this was what, 130 when it came out, 140. And right around the time that I actually received these sneakers in the mail, it was, you know, StockX, you know, local sellers were, you know, 230 to 250 that people were paying for. And, you know, I was thinking at that point, you know, should I move this, right? But I had a number in my head, and looking at the 1.0s and doing a lot of research into the past Jordan 1s that are similar color, similar release, and looking at, you know, what does it look like 3 months down the line? What does it look like 6 months, up to 12 months, 18 months down the line? Is it worth it to wait a certain period of time? And so I have a number in my head, and the sneaker right now is, I think, at like, you know, on StockX it's like 315, 320, something like that. On GOAT, I think it's a similar price, and then locally it's probably, you know, a little bit less than StockX payout if you want to move it quickly. I have a price in my head in terms of what I want to let this go at. And so in terms of hype, right, if you are a sneaker investor, not collector, right? Collectors want to get as many pairs as possible and build their collection. If you're a sneaker investor like me, right, and who only has limited funds, right, this is not my full-time gig, you know, if I didn't get this, I would have moved on to the Royal Toes or Pine Greens or, you know, whatever it is that's coming out, right? The snakeskin ones are coming out. If I get them, great. If I don't get them, the tie-dyes, whatever the case may be. The smoke grays, there's so many that come out that if you don't get it, just move on to the next one. Do your best, you know, sign up for raffles, do what you can, and purchase. But because there's so many out, don't even worry about it if you don't get it, right? Move on to the next one. Recently I went like 3 months without getting a sneaker, you know, signing up for as many as I can, and I'm still nothing, you know. And so it's really important to have a mindset where, you know, you just move on to the next one. You know, you take your L and you move on to the next one. And I think it happens to a lot of people. So, you know, at the end of the day, just be patient for both things, right? For the sneaker, for the Magic cards, right? Just be patient. There are price points where you can you know, enter with your money and make a solid investment. And you just have to pick and choose what those are, okay? So thanks for watching this video. If you like this type of content, if you like this video, feel free to click on the like button and subscribe. I hope to be making more videos like this, talking about these two types of you know, non-traditional assets and how you can invest your money in them, and then have it be a hobby, have it be fun, right? And make a little bit of money, not a lot, but make a little bit of money as a side hustle. So thanks and peace out.